Thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak few words on this bill. I'm grateful to my party for having given me this opportunity. I'm, of course, speaking to support, very strongly support this bill. Sir, we all know that the insurance sector is an important segment of our economy. As we know that our economy is growing and growing at a very fast pace. And we will be third largest economy in sooner than later, and of course, we will be reaching the 5 trillion numbers a dollar economy very soon, as envisaged by the Honorable Prime Minister. But of course, he has not only envisaged, he has also undertaken several important reforms, and also taken some policy reforms, policy measures, which has entailed that India will become $5 trillion economy sooner than later. Sir, insurance sector and its growth is very critical for the overall framework of the financial sector, because it contributes majorly in the Indian economy. And I must tell you, sir, that that insurance sector is primarily from the services sector, which contributes 50% or more than 50% in our GDP contribution. If you analyze GDP, which sector is contributing more and which sector is contributing actually in the national GDP, then you will realize that insurance sector is contributing more than 50%, and services sector is contributing more than 50%, and insurance is a part of the services sector. Sir, what is important for us, and all of us have spoken here, that the penetration level is very, very low. My previous speaker was talking about 3.76% the penetration in India compared to 7.23% globally. That's a global average, sir. And if you further analyze it, that in life insurance sector, what is the penetration level? It is 2.7% as against the global average of 3.3%. And if you further analyze that many countries has where the penetration level is 5% of GDP in life insurance sector. But non-life insurance sector, our performance and track record is very, very abysmal, because we have our penetration level is less than 1%. In fact, 1/4 of the global average. What is important, sir, to understand that that on further examination we have realized that insurance sector has reached to certain number of people. In fact, if you examine it, the gap is insurance protection gap is almost 92%. What does that suggest? Some people will see it as an opportunity. Some people will see it as an opportunity to grow, that there is enough headroom for us to grow or for the insurance companies to grow. But there is also another way to look at it, and that is what important for our government, that the common man needs protection, needs insurance product which can be affordable, and they can subscribe to those products, because right now whatever instrument is available cannot be afforded by a common man on the street. So it is important that you open up the sectors, and that's why our government has proposed in the last budget to open the sector from 49% to 74%. It is important, sir, because there are many global players who wants to invest in India. And if you just, there are some companies who may be having 49%, maybe having 49%, or the ceiling must have hit in those companies in terms of foreign investors who have made investment in those companies. But if you just take the industry average, only 35% foreign investors have invested in life insurance companies, 30% in health insurance, 30% in non-life general insurance. What does that suggest? That there is some restrictions or restrictive provision which actually restrict them from investing. And that's why it is important for the government, because all the decisions which the honorable members were talking from opposition bench, that it was opposed in 2015, it was opposed in 99, no decision has been taken, and it is frozen in times. Every decision one has to revisit, because all the decision has been taken in the interest of the nation and its people. Today, it is important to revisit, and that's what the government has done under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, that it is important to take such measures because it will not only attract investment, it will also create a lot of job opportunities. Sir, we have spoken, many members have spoken about this capital. We need capital, sir. From where the capital will come? Even if you see as an opportunity to grow, from where the capital will come? We do not have enough capital in the country. Capital has to come from somewhere. And unless you open your sector, you cannot attract capital. Because in the insurance sector, as one of my senior colleagues mentioned, that gestation period is very long. And no company will have the ability to have this kind of a long gestation period unless they have a deep pocket. And those companies who have deep pocket must come and must invest in the country, because the break-even you achieved in 7 to 10 years. In life insurance companies, it is around 10 years, and for other insurance companies, normal general insurance companies, around 7 years. But that's huge, sir, because which other company will have this kind of appetite and long-term capital to invest unless you attract more investments, more and more investment from global players, and that is what the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable Finance Minister has done and proposed amendment in the existing Insurance Act. Sir, people are talking about, somebody from the opposition bench has spoken, where the investment will be made. If this insurance company invest, if they get capital, where they will invest? Sir, there is a regulator, IRDA. They subscribed. The investment allocation, and all the insurance company have to necessarily comply with those investment guidelines. So there is a method where to invest. There is an investment guideline which they have to subscribe. They have to invest as per the investment guideline. So it is not something that they have flexibility to invest, or they can take at their discretion invest in particular sector or particular instrument, because that flexibility is not there. The investment guideline, every insurance company has to comply with that. Sir, what is important, you have to understand that in India, if you just see, insurance company invest large amount. 5 years, if you just take 5 years average, insurance companies investment by life insurance company, CAGR, on the basis of CAGR, it is growing at the rate of 12%. And in non-life insurance, it is going at the rate of 16%. And in terms of actual value, sir, it is humongous. It's not a small amount. Just assume that investment by insurance company in the country is amounting to 42 trillion rupees, which is like 42 lakh crore. It's not a small amount. And today we have proposed in the budget, the Honorable Finance Minister has proposed that to set up a development financial institution. How can you have a development financial institution when you don't have a long-term capital, long-term liabilities? I think it will be the perfect source for development financial institution to attract investment from insurance companies and in turn lend to infrastructure companies, which actually bring a lot of momentum and growth in the economy. Sir, it also creates a lot of employment, sir. I think it is important for all of us to understand that how much employment is created by the life insurance companies or the insurance sector. I will give you one statistic which will actually give you idea how much job it has created. If you just see, insurance sector in the country has created job of 39 lakh. It's not a small amount. It's not a small number. 39 lakh job has been created by insurance companies. And if you just further analyze it, sir, you will realize that 4 lakh 30,000 jobs is direct job on the roll of the insurance companies, and 35 lakh job is on the basis of the agent which has been appointed by these insurance companies. Besides that, sir, there are many other agencies which is associated with these insurance companies, and there are large number of employees working on those companies, and those kind of job employment is something which no other industry is creating. And also, sir, when the investment is made in real sector, how much job it can create? Infrastructure space, when the large amount of investment which will be done in the infrastructure space, how much job it will create? It will create huge number of jobs. That is something which nobody is talking about. I've heard everyone's speech here, sir. I'm a new member, but I must tell you that people must also speak about the insurance sectors. Opening of insurance sectors will bring a lot of benefits to countrymen. And when the infrastructure, when we have a project of 109 lakh crore, you need capital. You need investment. You need to fund those projects, and that's why the Honourable Finance Minister has proposed Development Financial Institution, and Development Financial Institution will fund those projects, and those investment will come from these insurance companies. People were talking about, sir, 56 insurance companies. Have anyone analyzed? I'm asking the senior members of opposition parties and some of the other members also that. How many, a small country like Sweden, as our neighboring country like Bangladesh, how many insurance companies are there? You will be surprised, sir. A country like Sweden has more than 100 insurance companies. A giant country like India has only 56. I think it is important. It is important to open up the sector. And we will have not one or two, but many more insurance companies should come to India, because we have a gap of 92% where the common man on the street is still not covered by insurance companies or insurance protection. So I think it is important that we have more and more, this opening of this sector will have more and more insurance companies. Just take a number. In US, just guess, sir, how many insurance companies will be there operating in US? It is closer to 6.
1 minute. It's 6 now.
So this discussion is almost in the closing stages. I understand that one more speaker is there. So we may extend the sitting of the House till the Minister replies and the bill is passed.
सदन की सहमति है. Please continue.
So in a country like US, sir, we have around 6,000 insurance companies. We know 20% of world's population live in this country. And still, how many insurance companies have? We are comfortably talking about 56 companies thumping our chest. No, sir. We need more and more and more, and that's why this amendment will ensure that we will attract more investment, more capital, and more number of insurance companies in the country, and that will facilitate a common man who has not been secured and their insurance protection is available for them will be secured through investor protection. They will get insurance protection from these insurance companies. Secondly, sir, when we say that somebody from the opposition is talking about foreign capital, we have enough capital. When we speak, we must analyze. Have you ever seen the actual valuation of all these insurance companies? None of us have seen. I must request everyone, before speaking, they must see the actual valuation of those insurance companies, because, as Sushilji was talking about, that you need solvency margin needs to be there. On how do you determine solvency margin? Because you need to understand the liabilities, all the liabilities. Estimation of liabilities will determine how much money you require for solvency. So I think, and secondly, sir, people were talking about so many things about investment. Investment will do this. In fact, this kind of capital is scarce. Prafulji was talking about that HDFC Bank has the largest market capitalization. Yes, it has. But has he seen what is the level of participation of foreign investors? You must see that it has the highest number of foreign participation in the country, and that's why the market capitalization has gone up. So I think it is important for this House, honorable members must know that the legislation, when the decision is taken, it is not frozen in times. It is important to revisit when the needle needs to be moved. It must move appropriately to ensure that the safety and security of the common man on the street is protected. And I think this insurance bills, when we have introduced, it will ensure the common man who needs protection, insurance protection, must be getting through this the amendment of Insurance Act. Finally, sir, I will request the Honourable Finance Minister that she must also, and we must also suggest or somehow ensure that in innovative products in across the world, which is very famous and very important product, which has not been so far introduced, sir, in the country, must be introduced because these are the important products which is cost effective. Today we are paying almost 40% as agent commission. Those products should be introduced. Plus, intervention of digital intervention is required for both in terms of distribution of product, in terms of administration of
Please
the product.
conclude now. Your
And
time is over.
finally, sir,
Please.
10 seconds. For all the administrative work and distribution, the digital intervention is required because only then it will
Thank
be
you.
cost effective all
Thank
those
you.
products, and it will be affordable
Thank you,
for
Mani
common
Jafar
man
Islam.
on the street.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.